And we're back. Breaking Vegas, episode 9. Zekem Hill, Coach DT. Call him Taylor made. We missed Mo
Indeed.
for another week. He had some technical issues and technical difficulties, and he should be back with us on next week. We just got through speaking with him. And I'm going to pick right up where I shouldn't have put my big foot in my mouth and changed my pick. I'm talking about the Arnell New Orleans Bowl, where I changed my pick last week from Southern Alabama, from Western Kentucky to Southern Alabama. And man, oh man, did Western Kentucky, someone must have showed them that feed, and they took it out on them boys.
Oh man.
They took it out 44-23. How you switch that pick? But yes, I did. They came out 14-0 first quarter, 17-3 second quarter. It was over at halftime. So yeah, it was everything I thought they was gonna be, and everything I wish I wouldn't have changed my pick to. Taylor made.
Um. Well,
Yeah.
from what I can remember, South Alabama just didn't really have any good wins to me. I didn't really like they were 9 and 10-3, or 10-2 rather. And I think it was just that 10 that was kind of sticking out, for your eyes. But Western
Yeah.
Kentucky, kind of ended up kind of just bowling over them, man. To be honest, man, they came out the gate, 14-0, and South Alabama tried to come out at halftime and make it a game, but
They had
Western
to,
Kentucky
man.
just
They
had it
scored
going,
three
man. They just
points.
had it roll. They had it rolling.
Yeah, it was over with.
The
You know,
snowball was too big.
yeah, it was over with. And I can't remember who that was, because sometimes we overlook good teams because we don't think that their record or their conference, but good football is good football. And so I kind of felt like maybe West Kentucky wasn't what I thought it was, and I was wrong. I should have went with my gut on that one, and I didn't, and I live to regret it. But on my bowl picks, I still had them. It was too late for me to change that. So good job. They gave me some points. Uh, Another pick. I was biased, and y'all can see my dad's jersey up here in the corner for Baylor. He was a cornerback back in the day. He played with Mike Singletary, coached by Grant Taft. I was just biased because of bloodlines, and man, oh man, you said Air Force had that defense. That is exactly what I saw, man. You was right on target with that one. Did you watch any of that game?
I did. I did watch it. The first half was good. It was a good first half, and I know Air Force had some D, so I wasn't surprised by a 9-7 score. It didn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
What did surprise me was Air Force adjustments coming out of halftime, because I felt like Aranda, because I believe the spread was on this was 3. It was
Yeah, it was tight.
close.
It was close.
Man, I know I have it written down. I just can't find it offhand. Oh, there it
Yeah.
is. They had Baylor by 5.5, and I just didn't feel like Baylor could win by a touchdown. I definitely didn't feel that. But I was just surprised, man. Like I said, the halftime adjustments, man. Air Force came out and they kind of changed they kind of run a quirky kind of triple option. It's not the old school under the center. It's kind of a mesh between that kind of veer with a little bit of power read, and I think they passed the ball like 6 times in this game, Zach. And I want to say it was 3 touchdowns on 6 passes. So I'm watching the game and I'm like, yo, my guy has 5 catches coming into the season, man. How's he behind you? This don't make sense. But man, I get credit for Air Force, man. That defense studded up. Baylor scored late in that game.
Like right before halftime and then at the end of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, other than that, man, the Falcons just took care of business. And it was cold that day, boy. It was chilly.
You said that. You said that their defense, you felt like their defense was going to show up. And I looked at the beginning of the game, and somehow I ended up changing it. But that's exactly what the announcer was talking about. That's probably one of the most underrated defenses in the nation. And they showed up. They pulled up and showed out. So congrats to them. Baylor, I wish you would have changed that. But that's not how they went down. So we go to the Independence Bowl, where the Houston Cougars prevailed over the Raging Cajun of Louisiana. And We were skeptical, but they pulled it out.
Well, we were. Uh, let me see. What was the line on that one? That was -7.
7.
Yeah, so they were right
Oh
there, and we were good. You're gonna buy a
man,
point. You're gonna buy a point one way or another.
but tell you better buy it, man, because I hate to lose by that one. That's like the worst. You did it to yourself.
I feel like that's kind of. I feel like that's kind of wise. I mean, it cost you. Obviously, it cost you some money, but I mean, not winning any.
It
That's
cost
just
you it
being a straight
all.
loss. But
Cost
truthfully,
you
man, the Cougars, man, and we were much maligned about that defense. I know I was, because I was like, goodness, the way I saw that defense, it just terrifies me. But they shut them out in the second half. Houston.
That's what's up.
It was 16-6 at halftime, and Houston came out, scored 17 second half. They looked really good. That offense looked really crisp, man. They had the running going. They had some screen action, hitting big plays. It was a really good look. And really, Louisiana didn't have any answers in the second half. So once again, this is another game with second half adjustments. Coaches proving, that they can coach.
Hey, and that's what they get paid the big bucks for.
Indeed, they do.
So, congrats to the Krugers. They have a large fan base. I know you have some friends, as do I. They went to the U of H.
Indeed.
Uh, Gasparilla Bowl, Wake Forest, and Missouri. It was a good game. It was back and forth the whole game until the fourth, and Wake Forest took over. I was celebrating Christmas Eve with my folks. We do our thing a couple of days up until, and we was at main event out in Louisville. So I didn't get to see all of it. I saw a little bit of it, but I keep my eye on that scoreboard. What you see?
I didn't get a chance to see a bunch of this game. I did see the beginning of it. I just didn't catch the end. I really wasn't surprised, man. These teams were even. These were some pretty even teams. I believe we said that. I think we went with Missouri just because Missouri kind of was rolling going into the bowl season, where Wake Forest had lost like their last 5 of 6, something to that effect. I want to say the Wake Forest quarterback didn't play. He's actually in the transfer portal. And, so whoever this backup guy, he came in, seemed like he did a pretty good job. Again, I didn't see the game, so I don't want to act like I watched it.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. I know the first half was pretty good.
Hey, well, yeah. It went all the way down to the fourth quarter. What more could you ask for? We have, what's this, the Hawaii Bowl. And we have
this was a game right here.
Middle Tennessee and San Diego State. And Middle Tennessee prevailed in the fourth.
We did. We said, we both felt like, the Aztecs couldn't beat. They were a 7-point favorite. We both were like, they're not going to beat anybody by a touchdown. Me personally, I was like, hey, man, these Middle Tennessee, they're gonna come out slow. They're in Hawaii, they've been at the beach, they're gonna come out slow, but they're gonna come on in the game, and that's exactly
they play sound football. That's what we respect out of them. And hey, they spotted the team 14, and you come back and win, man. Like you gotta respect that.
They played a really good game, man. They just defense was some very timely third down stops. Special teams backed San Diego up a couple of times. Man, it was but it was a good game. It was a good game.
All three levels came to play after that first quarter. That's what happened. They spotted 14, man. That's tough. It's all up here.
Spotted 14, came right back, scored 13.
Yeah.
I believe Buddy missed the extra point.
Oh, that sucks.
But it didn't matter. He didn't miss any more field goals after that. He was good to go.
A better team prevailed. I'm trying to get this Georgia State Buffalo game to pop up. I don't know why mine won't pop up. All right, here it is.
So yeah, Middle Tennessee kicked the field goal with 3.5 minutes left. San Diego got the ball back and ended up fumbling, and that's how the game was lost on that last drive.
That's not how you want to end the season, man. You got to live with that the rest of the summer.
Yeah, that's a toughie.
For him.
I mean, he was in Hawaii. He'll be okay.
So he had something to keep that off his mind. All right. What is this? The Camelo Bowl, Buffalo and Georgia Southern. I didn't watch this game either. My daughter's in town, so I've been doing a lot of stuff with the young lady, and yeah, she don't like football, but she want to be a cheerleader. So I don't get it.
Another good game, man. I don't know what the max record is in the bowl season,
Both
but
season.
man, them dudes just tough, man. There's a bunch of just really good teams, so it kind of looks funny when they have 4 or 5 losses. But man, it's iron sharpening iron, and Georgia Southern showed up though. They
Yeah,
showed
that's
up and played. It was a
I
good
respect
game.
them too.
It was a good game, man. That one was a good game. I saw the second half of this one, so I'm not sure how my days were matching up. But I saw the second half of this game.
Well, Buffalo was my pick, and that's all I was happy for that to prevail. I don't think they covered it. You had a spread because I lost my sheet, people. I got every paper
Yeah,
that I have. Besides that one.
Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo covered because they had Georgia Southern to win by 3.5.
Ooh, really? Okay, okay. Well, yes, I would have loved that. All right. Yeah, and this is after Christmas, so everybody done got their presents. And upset or happy, one way or the other. We have the first responders, Memphis, put a drilling on Utah State. I don't know what that spread was, but it wasn't 28 because they
No, it was not. It was
like
Memphis
9.
by 7. It was Memphis by 7. Man, Memphis looked good, man. They look good. Like I didn't watch this game because it got ugly fast.
Yeah, same
in
here.
That second half, I was chiming back in, and but the Tigers, they just looked a class above Utah State to me.
Yeah. And that was the thing. We expected so much more out of them during the season. I think they had even got ranked for a week, and then everything just went downhill after that. We didn't really know what to expect. I'm not sure if it was injuries or what, but let's see how they go into next season, transition, losing seniors or losing key players because they should be decent for next year.
You think so?
Because they losing coaches. All right, and we have the Ticket Smart Birmingham Bowl, East Carolina and Coastal Carolina. And yes, I was all on Eastern Carolina. I think Coastal Carolina had a better record, and we was confused on which way to go on that one. But Eastern Carolina had some good wins that we really respected, and at the end, that's what it showed, man. You putting up 50 some points at the end of the season. You hitting all cylinders. That's how you want to end your season, going out like that. Everybody having fun at the other team's expense.
This was the team how at least how I felt. The Missouri is going to roll into the bowl game. East Carolina did that. They just kept the momentum. Coastal Carolina had a good record, but they had some peculiar losses from what I could recall. And East Carolina came out, they just didn't even play with them, Z. They put up double-digit points in every quarter. So 10, 14, 14, 15. They didn't even waste.
That's their highest quarter was the last quarter.
So they meant business. So and they just weren't quite ready. The Pirates were ready.
We appreciate you viewers out there, man. Give us a shout, chat, let us know who you are. We don't bite, but we appreciate you being here. Okay, and then this goes to your boy, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl with Coach G or Gandy. No.
Gundy.
And man, they didn't show up. They let Wisconsin beat them, man. Wisconsin had been up and down all season.
They had been.
And now looking at the score, OK State, they scored in the first and they scored in the fourth quarter. Like,
there it is.
Play for 2 quarters instead of 4.
Yeah. Man, Okie State they just didn't do what they were supposed to do, man. And Gundy has an impeccable bowl record. So, I mean, it just wasn't their year. started out hot. Some things happened, and Wisconsin, I didn't believe in them, so I'm just not gonna, I'm gonna roll with who I've seen do some things, at least far as against the spread wise. And it was Wisconsin -3. They obviously took care of business, went by a touchdown. So
Yeah, I'm just looking at North Carolina tie the game against Oregon.
yes, I think we love that +13. So we'll see how that holds up.
Yeah. And then I'm watching the Bucks and Bulls. So that's what's on right now. And the rest of the games have not been played yet. How many more games would that be? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Plenty,
9, 10, 11,
plenty.
16 games left. So that's what we're gonna do for the rest of the show. Go over these picks, and I see that Minnesota spread has went up. I know it wasn't no 11. I know that for a fact.
Minnesota, nope. It was -7.5.
Yeah. So that makes me feel even better about my Minnesota pick. Wisconsin, I don't even know how to feel about them going next week. Oh, and today, uh, Duke played and they beat Central Florida. Where is that at? They beat them
They
30-13. So we was all over Duke. We like Duke. Central Florida, I mean, they beat Tulane. They upset them. I didn't see that coming. And then they got beat by Navy that next week. So, I guess beating Tulane was their Super Bowl.
did.
All right. And we have Arkansas. Oh, that game is still on. It's in the fourth quarter. So Kansas still have a possibility of coming back, but it's 38-23 from what I see. Yeah, with 10 minutes, I had changed that game because the score was, getting out of hand. But, I know for a fact I picked Arkansas because I'm waiting on them points for my bowl challenge, man. I'm trying to get them points.
Yeah, we definitely liked Arkansas there. Again, the way they had played, it seemed like they kind of found themselves really showing a good quality of depth on their team because they had some key people hurt, and which kind of opposite of Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State showed a lack of depth. I mean, your center got hurt, but that was like almost 2 months ago. Somebody behind him got to be able to step up, but that's what Arkansas, proven. I believe it was middle linebacker. They had a safety. Hurt and a key guy on the offensive line. I want to say they had some major people hurt, and to see them kind of turn around, get it together, and it seems as though they're going to get the dub. Is that game over?
No, it's like 9 minutes left.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
30,
it's way up there.
38, 38-23 with
Okay.
9 minutes in the game.
Okay,
left.
Kansas is showing some fight in this second half. That's what's happening.
I mean, and then at the same time, Arkansas on your head, you put 24 up in the first quarter, you it's kind of hard for you to keep that gas up the whole time too. But I think they'll hold on to it. They got the ball right now and they driving. So that's preferably who I prefer picked to win, and I feel like they're gonna continue to do that. The Oregon North Carolina game, yeah, that was a big spread, 13, but them both scoring on their first drive look like since it's still the first quarter. I feel like they both them scored on their first drive, so it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna keep my eye on this the rest of the night. Like I said, I got my daughter in town. Just had to fry me some chicken before the thing started. Had to do daddy duties. What's this next? We have Ole Miss and Texas Tech that who will play later. I can't remember my pick. Let me go over my.
Yeah, I can't even front. I picked Texas Tech just on the strength of I like their coaching staff, and I don't particularly care for Ole Miss's coaching staff.
Lane?
Yeah. Well, him anyway. That's all I know. But I know a couple of guys on the Texas Tech staff. Not personally, but I know of their work.
I went down the middle on my bowl challenge. I had 4 of them, Tech on 2 and Ole Miss on 2. I think Tech played a great second half of the season, and I felt like the only team they lost to was Kansas State, if I can remember.
Yeah, but they had to get that quarterback situation under control. They were like switching these guys. Sometimes, like I said, it would be mid-series, and I just can't see how they thought that was effective, and they actually lost the game because of that.
Well, I'm OC. Well, I used to be OC. I don't mind calling plays. I love it. It's a challenge, figuring out who can do what. And as the season prolongs, you evolve.
Right.
I loved it. I mean, playing offense myself, a running back and wide receiver. What more would I love to do than create offenses, call plays? But yeah, I picked them because of that same little local connection. Because I remember the Cedar Hill coach, Joy. So good luck to you guys tonight.
You just got an extension, Big Joey.
Well, congrats again.
After his first season, man. You gotta go 7-5, man. You can make $4 million at the NCAA level.
Doing something right. All right. Shout out to the Metroplex with DeSoto, Duncanville, and Sock High School winning the state championships. That's who'd have thought that before the season started, man? Because both teams played Sock at the beginning of the season, and you just didn't. No, I didn't see it coming because I know that Sock quarterback, he had transferred from a Garland school. That was his cousin that played quarterback the year before, so that was a transition, and he made it, man. He made it work, and of course Duncanville.
I'm not surprised.
Duncanville, of course we felt like they'll always be in it. They made 3 out of the last 5, 4 out of the last 5.
Yeah.
But DeSoto, I think when they went to Oregon and played, they had got blew out, and I don't think Oregon is known for being a football state, but they handed it to DeSoto, so I didn't really know what to expect out of them. And then when they played Duncanville handed it to them. I definitely remember that. So good for them for crossing their T's and dotting their I's and figuring out what they need to do because you can't take this state championship away from them. And Coach Clyde Mathis, because I played against him in college when he was at Texas Southwestern State, which is now Texas State. But yeah,
big ups.
Yeah, and you coached against them boys, so you knew firsthand what they're capable of while you got your hand up. The audience
That's
didn't know.
I was not. I would have been disappointed if 2 of the 3 didn't win. But I told it in our little group chat. I was like, man, all 3 of these dudes gonna win. I don't see. I played against, or I seen Sock too many times, and I played against the other 2 teams, and the difference, I think, normally when you get a particular type of team, football can be secondary sometimes, and they can be emotional. But credit, man, it's great coaching going on. These kids are obviously bought in. Outside things aren't affecting them, like grades. I mean, I know that's kind of silly to say, but yeah, you've been in the coaching business, kids have to go in there and get that done. So when they play the game, they just play the game. Bad things happen, they continue to play. Good things happen, they continue to play. So I wasn't surprised at all.
That's 4 months of focus that's going on right there, man.
Yeah.
4 months, 4 or 5 months.
And a lot of sacrifice.
When I went to the game, I sat by a school, not Rob, the other school, the little short one that hit the threes, y'all hit. You know what I'm talking about now?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up.
I'm sitting right next to him, and forgive me for I can't even remember his name. He's mad, because Sock was down at half. And he's like, man, they just need to throw the ball, man. They didn't do this. Like, man, look here. These coaches know what they're doing, man. They done this whole season, and all of a sudden, y'all know how to coach better than them. Like, sometimes I don't really be liking to conversate with people in the stands, but I knew them, but
that's that emotional aspect. The emotions are dictating, and that's very dangerous.
Well, hey, they made it happen. So, congrats.
Coaching and playing. Yeah.
I mean, of course, that team made to the state championship game. They have some players that can make plays too. So you just can't say we're just going to do this to you. You have to it's kind of a chess game. And, after the half, they knew exactly what they need to do, and that's what they went and did. So congrats once again to the Metroplex. All right, back to NCAA and the games moving forward throughout the bowl season. Minnesota versus Syracuse. We said they moved their spread up. I'm definitely taking the Gophers. I think they got their act together. They didn't have the season they wanted to start off. but they're gonna end it how they would like to end it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that 11 is huge. If you know, let's say if you didn't get in last week when it was 7.5, and we were saying take, you know what I'm saying, buy that and make that 6. That's literally what we were saying last week. I'm inclined to say buy a point and make that 10. I think you feel pretty good.
I think they'd cover. I'm leaving it alone.
I would, man.
I don't.
Syracuse is. I think, you know, when I think about these two teams, it's pretty simple, man. Minnesota is rough and tumble, and I don't think Syracuse is quite ready for that.
What are we playing at?
That's in New York.
Oh,
Yankee Stadium, baby. You know, Fat Joe gonna be in there.
All right.
In the Bronx, the boogie down Bronx. So yeah, I think Minnesota is still to play. It's still to play, but I probably wouldn't touch it at the 11. I mean, it's literally moved up a touchdown in a week.
Pretty much 11. Yeah. So for the bowl's sake, Minnesota Gophers, we're gonna hope you guys keep rowing the boat. All right, Cheez It Bowl. We have Florida State and Oklahoma Sooners. You know, I got a lot of respect for the Sooners.
That one is moved as well.
Yeah, because it wasn't 9.5. What it was like 7 or something like that.
7.5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot, man. That's a lot of money. It takes a lot of money for that line to move like that.
I mean, Florida State was like killing boys to end the season, man. Let me go over this schedule. I mean, this last. Okay, Florida, their rivalry game, you should respect a good game. They won by 7. 30. They won 45-38. But they played Louisiana, who was a bowl team. They beat them 49-17. They played Syracuse, who's a bowl team. They beat them 38-3. They played Miami, who's a bowl team, 45-3. They played Georgia Tech as a bowl team too, ain't they?
No.
Okay. Well, they beat them 41-16. They played Clemson. Clemson beat them 34-28. I guess that's when they got the act together because North Carolina State beat them the week before, 19-17. So that Clemson game was you know the turn of the season for them. Go back. That's dang. I mean, and they weren't just putting up 40-something points every game. 1, 2. The last 5 games, the lowest they scored was 38 points. So yeah, I see why they changed that, and I think they'll still cover that. What you see from Oklahoma?
I mean, they definitely played much better. Once one of the quarterbacks got hurt, but he came back and they played better. The defense has been better. Again, I wouldn't touch it right now. 9.5 last week. Yeah, I can see Florida State covering 6. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily touch this game because I can see Venables. I can see Venables getting some things going to slow down Florida State a little bit.
With all this time.
Yeah, maybe maybe throw them in a parlay perhaps, and because Oklahoma did play well down the stretch. Their defense looked increasingly better. So,
66. You know who their coach? You said what you say their coach name was?
Brent Venables. He was Clemson's DC for years and years.
Okay. Well, 6-6.
He was DC with he was defense there with Bob Stoops as well before he went to Clemson.
You about to have a winning season or losing season on the result of this game right here. They
secondary coach. Coach. Yep.
Good luck, but I'm going for my Seminoles.
Yeah. Man, it's gonna take a Herculean effort for Oklahoma to win this game, but they making backdoor cover that 10. I wouldn't trust it.
Okay. Well, I'm not putting no money on it. This Valero Alamo Bowl down the street. Did this number move? Was Texas only supposed to win by 3?
Actually, this money came in on Washington's side, as we said. Like we said, it was Texas by 4.5 last week.
Yes, I know
it's been bought down 1.5 points. So That's I think that we literally said that you could take Texas and buy the 1.5, make it 3, or you could go the other way, 4.5, make it 6, and I believe we thought either or was a good play.
Okay.
With it being 3, I mean that's what we wanted anyway, so I guess we'd still be taking Texas.
But that running back ain't playing. That was the biggest thing about us making our decision. Some people are not replaceable.
I got you. Yeah, you're right. And so again, that's one of those getting into that. I don't even know. I don't know though. That may be a little bit better for them. Maybe that opens up the offense for Texas.
We're so predictable. We shall see.
You know, Bichon was something else.
Who you lean on, who they believe in. So that's the end of the games tomorrow. Yeah, those games are tomorrow. So Friday games, we have the Dukes Mayo Bowl. Maryland Terps going to North Carolina State, and I was for the Terps, man. It was just something about North Carolina State I just really didn't like when I seen them play, and they got 8 wins. So I mean, who am I to judge?
Tough to trust. Who I can't trust is Maryland, because Maryland can very well win this game, or they can very well lose this game. And
well, that's why they play it, coach.
I didn't, man. I can't fool with it, because I don't know what Maryland. I never know what I'm getting out of Maryland, and I don't like to go either way with teams like that.
Well, I'm banking on Tua, playing like a Tua Tova. I mean, Tua little brother, that ain't his name. Little Tua.
Marcus. I think his name's Marcus.
Man, it start with a T too. Yeah, his name start with a T.
Marcus is the last name, Tua Tagovailoa.
His first initial was a T. When I went and looked at it.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may be thinking about Marcus Mariota, man.
Man, so what did you hear about Did he quit? Because I know I saw something on where he didn't show up for a game because he got demoted for the little cat.
Yeah, Ritter.
Like, man, crazy.
I know, right?
Crazy.
They ain't started in forever. You getting upset. But these teams are trying to tank, man, and he was cutting it close, man. He was making games more interesting than what they wanted.
Oh, well, who are they trying to get? They tanking for who's so special? Oh, quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter. When you get somebody in that, man, these days, boy, that top 5 down there 10, man, most of them dudes kind of hit,
They ready.
They play. Yeah, they may not be all pros, but you can plug them and play them.
You need people that make plays. That's simple.
Yep. Or at least play some snaps. Drafting people that don't make the team, like but he was talking about the Raiders.
Well, yeah. Top picks too. That's what hurt you. We got the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Pitt going to against UCLA, and I think I might have split this down the middle, UCLA and Pitt, because they didn't really impress me either. I think
I like the Pitt minus that. It's 5.5 now. It was 6 last, so it's pretty much the same thing. I like Pitt to cover in this one.
Yeah, they're very respectable. I think UCLA got a good run game, and their quarterback is versatile. But I think they go as he goes. If he can manage a great game, then that's how they're gonna play. And if he's kind of unsure of himself, that's kind of their result gonna be kind of sketchy. So Pitt, they grimy. I respect that.
They are, and that was
I seen them play. Yeah, they.
Damn it. These computers, they don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, I definitely like how they end the season on a 4-game win streak.
What is this? Yeah. Man, you gotta like Pitt, man, because their offense is physical, which is kind of rare, and I think that's what's going to be the telltale in this game. The way their line can move people. They got I don't want to say they just have a back, but I want to say it's kind of a combination of some guys.
Yeah.
But You know, they're gonna be balanced. They're gonna be balanced, and they can tote it.
Yeah, I wish they'd have kept their little receiver. They went to USC. What they'd have been like after that with him there. But yeah, I think Pitt is the play here. UCLA. That's Kelly. He's still there. Yeah, he's there.
Yep.
You know how I feel about.
They got a back. They got a back with 1,400 yards and 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, number 24. Yeah, I like him. He reminds me like of a Nick Chubb. You know, that's what he reminds me of. But you know how I feel about Chip Kelly for doing my boy Shady McCoy like that, man. Like, screw him. So let's go, Pitt. Make Tony D and Danny Marino happy. Damn it. We're going to the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Notre Dame against South Carolina, and I have Notre Dame. They only got them by 2. How did South Carolina end the season, man? No, how did Notre Dame end the season? Notre Dame.
I like Notre Dame here.
Oh, yeah, because I do not like that loss to Florida. So let's just keep it rolling on Notre Dame because I know I got them big points in the bowl challenge. So make me proud. The Ohio Wyoming game was the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Ohio. I respect their conference a little bit more.
Bobcats all the way here. Again, I don't want to reiterate my Wyoming, but they to me they're just not the play. They had a bad couple of losses to end the season at home. They went to Boise, I want to say, or no, they went to Colorado State, lost, came back. San Diego State, I think, beat them at home. Then they went to Fresno State and got drummed. I don't like any of it. What I just said.
30-0. That's not good at all.
And I like Ohio. So Frank Solich, well, coaches I really respect. I think his offensive coordinator took over for him. So this team plays a lot like Frank Solich's team, very physical. Even though they pass the ball, they still physical spread type of offense. And Ohio's always had pretty decent defense. So give me the Bobcats.
Defense if you're gonna win. Okay, yeah, I liked Ohio. I watched them games. They play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday games. So they
So yeah, they used to whatever day this game is on.
Friday.
Okay.
Friday midday. A lot of games come on midday. The only late game is the the Orange Bowl, Tennessee and Clemson. I ain't gonna have no competition. And that's the next game, Tennessee Clemson, and I'm going with Tennessee.
Yeah, I think I'm rolling with Clemson here. I don't remember exactly how I felt about this game last week. I probably was in the boat of I don't trust either one of them because the quarterback situation. But I'm gonna go with the pedigree here. Josh Heupel, he's done obviously a fantastic job at Tennessee trying to bring back the days of old from the boy T. Martin, Foreman, yep. In the T. Martin days. But I think Dabo got a hand on the defense towards the end of the season, which is good. And DJ Uiagalelei, he's just not good quarterback. I like the freshman.
Peerless Price, ain't one that his name?
Peerless Price, yes indeed.
All right.
What about Alvin Harper?
Yeah. But that was before Tennessee. I don't think Alvin Harper he must finish in the early 90s?
Late 80s, more than likely.
Yeah. But he was a dual sport, track and football. Gotta respect that, man.
Well, he ain't walking through that door, so give me Clemson. I think they cover here.
You think they cover
It's 4.5 there. It's been 4.5.
I'm taking Tennessee, man. I hope they cover. I just don't.
If Hooker was there, then yeah, but I don't.
So he not playing.
No, he hurt. He tore his knee or something.
For the
he hurt for real. Yeah, he seriously hurt.
Damn, that do change some stuff. I need to tell Gundy I want to take them points back. All right. Well, shoot, man, I'm still gonna go with Tennessee. How did their last two games go?
Not very good,
Oh,
brother.
yeah, they lost to South Carolina and they killed Vandy. We're gonna see what they
But
come.
Vandy had just came off a big win. I forget who they beat.
Vandy was making proud because that's where Jelani from, my sister's husband, and they just had their first child today, man.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
man, get out.
Yes, they did.
Man, congratulations,
PC, get out of here talking about take Tennessee.
I
You don't
see
watch
ya,
no
that
football.
little boy.
Yeah, so congrats to them and the team and family, man. Much love and blessings to y'all.
Man, what a blessing. What a blessing this holiday season. Okay.
Yeah.
Make my heart smile.
I'll let her know. We have Iowa and Kentucky, the Music City Bowl. And I was all over Iowa, and I'm still gonna be. What's that spread two? Did that number move any?
No, it's still two.
Okay.
Uh
I will play defense. Like you were saying about Air Force, that's how
yeah.
I feel about Iowa.
And I think that's fair right there. I think that too, that's perfect for this game. But yeah, I see Iowa kicking a late field goal, winning this bad boy, or just kicking a field goal and holding them off with some defense. Because
Yeah,
Kentucky likes to score points. That's how they win. But I think it's not like Iowa's gonna put up a ton, so I can see that too.
yeah,
Because I mean the over under 31. To my point.
yeah.
So it's gonna be a
Not
field
much,
goal battle
much
here.
enough. Yeah,
That should
I'm
be a
going
good game, man. I may tune in for that one. AM, I can get up, make me a little
man.
green tea.
We're gonna head to Houston for New Year's Eve, man. I got to go down there and visit my niece, man. So that's what our plans are. I'm
I
gonna be
see you,
down there. That is I. But
That's
that's where
what's
we'll be
up,
for
man.
New Year's. We'll be down there with all the family will be down there for New Year's Eve.
Man, good.
Yeah.
Good, man. That's man. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Then national championship, the college playoff series.
Oh
We have,
yeah, Jim.
we'll have TCU and Michigan. And
Here
man,
we go, Jim.
TCU has had a magical season, but who did they lose their last game to? Kansas
K
State, right?
State.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think Michigan is a notch above Kansas State, man, personally. So
Mm, I think
that's
that would be fair in that assessment.
so I have to take Michigan, at 6 points to cover. And I got my little cuz who won at soccer. He was going to TCU. He asked me when we was at main event, you think we're gonna beat Michigan? I was like, no, I don't, man. I think y'all had a great season. Y'all got a good head coach. I didn't think y'all was gonna even be capable of coming this far. So, you know, good luck next season. But I don't think these boys gonna do anything against Michigan in this Fiesta Bowl. So enjoy them little gifts they finna give you.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Z. Um, as much as I like TCU, and I think I may put on a TCU shirt. Man, my cousin went to TCU,
The
Dr.
doc,
Sims,
yeah,
and I'm gonna put on a shirt, and I'm gonna buy a point and a half for TCU to cover. But
yeah, that's some
that's
good.
just because I wanna have a little hope and faith, and I want to put my money where some hope and faith is. But I think Michigan's going to come out and just handle business. This is their second year in a row here. We've seen the quarterback. You gotta love Jim Harbaugh. This is actually his program. The things we were saying last week. This is his. All them boys are his that he's recruited. And not only recruited, but developed. These aren't
Yeah,
transfer portal kids
he
making this
did that
program
part.
good. That's why when they lost the running back in the next week, they beat up on Ohio State. That lets you know we have depth. Why? Because we have kids. We have development going. Sonny Dykes and them, they aren't there yet. This is his first year. These are Gary Patterson's kids. A lot of kids
Yeah.
came in the portal. I get that, but and I don't want to say they're happy to be there, but I just think when you just take program versus program, and I'm taking coach versus coach, I see Michigan coming out and doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise. All right. We have
Still making it 9 to make it fun though.
Why that game? Like I feel like the college playoffs should have they should have their own day. But the Sugar Bowl is played this day too. Alabama, Kansas State, and I mean I'm gonna take Alabama until they get beat again. It's just hard for me to go against them. I think you were saying last week that you was felt K State could pull it up.
Yeah, all day. Give me K-State here. I don't believe in Alabama, not even a little bit.
Hey, enough said. Enough said.
Yeah, give me K-State here. They're excited to be in the Sugar Bowl. They won the conference championship. They got some decent players. I'm not gonna act like they don't, but I just don't think Bama's as deep as we're used to.
And a lot of kids went in transfer portal too from Alabama. They had a nice number.
I mean, obviously Bama's they have good players, but can you name besides Bryce Young who else is on that team?
I'm not a Bama fan.
No, there we go. But it's hell. But you can name people that was back when Julio Jones played. You could probably name linemen and D linemen, backers, and all of the likes. You can't name anybody on the Alabama team. They're not good.
No, I cannot. But I'm going with them. One more time.
Yeah, I'm going with the Wildcats here. It's gonna be fun down in Nolens.
Good luck, Wildcats. May you have your inner what's that, my boy? That's Wesley Snipes on Wildcats back in the day with Goldie Hawn. What?
I think it was called Wildcats, was it not?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Wildcats.
She was the coach. She was the coach.
Yeah, she was the coach. Them hood kids. All right.
That's what they needed, man. Her and Hillary Swank, they can really control some inner city guys.
What was that?
That was
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds. Was that it? I don't think I saw them. I don't watch movies like that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Pfeiffer, I think.
Oh. Wildcat is where I stopped.
That's old though.
Yeah, I know. So I knew back then.
The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Yes.
Ohio State, and they get the luxury of playing the Georgia Bulldogs, the running national champs. And I think they're gonna let everybody know why they are the returning national champs. I was taking them all day.
Yeah, I think it's probably wise to take Bulldogs in that 7.
That's 5.
I don't. 6.5, 5. Yeah, I don't trust freaking Ohio State out. I never have. You know me. I don't switch up. They have one national title. All these quarterbacks and receivers, they have one national title.
Zeke. That's because
Zeke. And he been in the league for a decade, has he not?
Zeke
so I mean, 8, 9 years. It's been 2 classes of individuals that have passed through there, and I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't want to knock Ohio State, but they shouldn't even be here. Honestly,
yeah, they
didn't win their conference.
Receivers, though. I feel like their receivers gonna make the next step in the league.
Oh, they keep pumping out receivers in that, but something happens with their quarterbacks.
Correct.
And running backs.
I cannot lie.
You can get you a good DN, you can get you a linebacker, a good DN in a corner. Those are some bona fide Ohio State draft picks and receivers.
DN, corners, and receivers.
You draft them from Ohio State, them boys gonna ball out, man.
What's that? Chase Young, Eli Apple.
Mm-hmm.
David. No, they lost.
They got Jeff Okudah balling.
Give me some more.
You can take it way back to Sean Springs.
Oh yeah, Deuce Foe, Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. Yeah. I like those people.
Antoine Whitfield.
Definitely a Winfield fan. Number 11. But the Bulldogs on the map, and that's Kirby. That's understudy of Nick Saban. So he came to bite him. He learned from him, and he put his own little twist on him, and now he's on top. So kudos to him. He started from the bottom, and he's been in the SEC, great competition. So anything he got, he earned. So
I like Georgia here. This is really a home game. I mean, this is their second time playing in in this dome this year. They play in it every year, so there's nothing new. The locker rooms, all that stuff means stuff to me. So routines, all the things. I like the Bulldogs.
Yeah. And okay, we get into our last.
Watch out for this TCU team, Z. Watch out. Like if you want to take you $5 and throw it on TCU, because that Fiesta Bowl, crazy things happen. Crazy things happen in the Fiesta Bowl. I'm just saying. Because it's probably plus, I don't know, 200. Throw your 10 on that thing, make it 20.
I'm Mr. Greedy, remember?
I understand that. That Fiesta Bowl, I'm telling you, Z, that's why I'm making it 9. Things crazy happen in the Fiesta Bowl. You know this.
I'm going to make it 6.
You seen Boise State. You seen what they can do. I think TCU has done it before in the Fiesta Bowl.
And that's why I like Kellen more, because of stuff like that, man. Because he's a part of Boise, man. He's the winningest college football quarterback play, I think. So
I think he does have probably the most wins.
I think, I don't know. I just feel like that him and Dak would do better. But that's another day. Let's finish these picks. And I want to talk about Luka. I want to put that on air too.
You already.
All right. So we got LSU, and they're going against Purdue. This is 15. It's 14.
Man, did that swell up? Where is the LSU? Did I write that down? Do I have that down?
That's
I might not have that one down.
That's January 2nd.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't even have that one down yet. So dang, I didn't write it down last week. I don't know if it changed.
We got 4 games that day to end.
Keep them coming, baby.
To end them. So yes, I definitely have LSU pulling this out. Purdue has some good wins at the end of the season, but I don't see them. I don't see them beating LSU.
14 is a lot, but I'm like you. I wouldn't fret. I really like Brian Kelly. Man, Brian Kelly made some adjustments. Bam, bam, bam.
Whole season.
In that first month of the season. Very impressed with what I saw. He does have, I hate to not knock on Notre Dame, but they're just in there because of their name. He actually has real athletes. And I mean, I was impressed by what Brian Kelly did. I can't lie, because what did they look like last year with Coach O?
Well, I'm just gonna say this. Next year is gonna really show you what he's talking about.
Well,
wait next year.
But that's kind of my point, Z, is he's kind of ahead of the game. I think whenever this game is gonna show us what he do, because they finna do something to these Boilermakers,
Gotcha. It's not gonna be a great day to be a Boilermaker then, huh?
I don't believe so.
The real Quest Bowl, Mississippi State and Illinois, and prayers out to the Mike Leach family and the Bulldogs. Man, I still feel like Illinois is a complete team. They're not ranked anymore, but we was taking them. I don't know. I think I said we weren't gonna pick this game. I think that's how we did that last week.
Well, we're gonna change our minds, Z, and we're gonna go with the Bulldogs here. It's a pick 'em, so we're gonna lay down 25, and we're gonna win 25, because there is no way Mississippi State losing this game. It ain't happening.
They're not losing. They're not losing.
No way. Ain't no
way.
Where's
this game, man?
It's in Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, huh? Thomas Edward Patrick Brady gonna go give him a fifth out.
Tom Brady, man, it may be his weekend with the kids, man.
The time he met Mike Leach, that's what we gonna give him a story.
Listen, man, there's no way. So I'm most definitely putting some money on Mississippi State. Again, it's a pick 'em. If it was like some spread involved, I may not touch it, but it's a pick 'em. So
yeah, they got Mississippi State winning. So
gimme.
We'll definitely pay attention to that one. All right, last 2 games. Tulane going against USC in the Cotton Bowl right down the street. And I got to go with the Green Wave, man. Defense prevails for me. USC, I mean, you got to prove it to them.
Man, I feel like I'm with you, Z. Last week, I believe I said USC. And that's purely, it's 2 things, man. You got USC, you got Lincoln Riley, and you got Caleb Williams with time on their hands. I think this is going to be a barn burner. And I think I'm going with Tulane. I'm gonna buy a point there to make me feel better about myself. But I think Tulane can kind of mess around because you're right. Their defense is going to make some plays, and their offense is good. And USC doesn't have a good offense, or USC doesn't have a good defense. So it's really, Tulane's offense versus Tulane's defense. I really like USC's offense versus Tulane's defense. Caleb Williams is going to make some plays, but I think Tulane's going to make some plays too. So
the spread is 60. What one? What's this? 60?
62. I got 62. I'm
62.
62.
I think they can get there. I think they can get there. I know USC can score 30 something. I feel like
I think so too.
I feel like Tulane can too.
I think so too. I think Tulane's defense is going to make more plays. So I think Caleb Williams can win the game. So that's why I like that 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or if you go USC, make it 1.
Yeah, you better. It's gonna be tight.
All right. I think it's gonna be a good one, man. The names don't make it look like that, but I'm with you with Tulane's defense, and their defense travels, and they're not afraid. They went to Cincinnati. They needed that dub to play in the conference championship, and they did it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching them all season. They had that slip up against Southern Miss and
UFC, I want to say, or UCF.
Yeah, the Golden Knights. I ain't got to look at their schedule, so I've definitely been paying attention. So, let's go, baby. Make me proud again.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with
you. And then they end with the granddaddy of them all. And Penn State playing against Utah. And Utah got more losses, 3 losses. But that's who I like. I like Utah, man. I just like how they are balanced on offense. You can't just say this is what they're going to do. Utah going to do what they have to do. And I feel like they got enough they got enough defense to, back their offense up. So at the end of the day, that's who I'm rolling with. I feel like the quarterback would have been healthy all season. They probably would have even had a better chance of being, a higher ranked team.
I'm not going to refute that because when Rising missed, 1 or 2 games?
Yeah, especially that Oregon State game. They didn't cover.
He didn't. That was Oregon. I thought that was Washington State. That was Washington State.
Oh, okay, Washington State.
I think this is very similar to the Tulane USC one for me, where I'm going to go ahead and make that bad boy 4, and I like Penn State to cover here. Penn State's good, man. Their only losses are to I want to say, yeah, they got 2 losses to playoff teams.
Yeah.
So they're good. They play D. They're physical. I will go under that 52.5, and I like Penn State covering. Utah could win it because I like their quarterback better. So again, very similar to the USC Tulane matchup.
Yeah.
I think the quarterback can pull one out, but I think the other team's defense is good enough to keep them close. So I like Penn State here.
Okay. And who do you have winning it all? Well, I can tell you who I have winning it all.
It's so easy to talk and say. On my picks, I have Georgia because money's involved, but I think Michigan can win it.
Yeah. I like Georgia myself, man. I mean, Kirby, Georgia, man, they riding high, man. They've always been right there. And I just feel like they know what they had to lose. You see more Georgia players in the league now, and
I agree with that. Who'd they play? Who'd they beat last year? Bama? Who'd they beat? Was it Bama they beat?
Don't make me lie. I can't even remember.
I like Michigan. I think I'm a Harbaugh fan. I just want to say it off top, so I'm a little biased in that. I just like what he does when he goes places. And all the way back when it was between Jim Harbaugh and Todd Dodge, who just retired. He's a long time respected.
They should have hired Jim Harbaugh.
They hired Todd Dodge, and freaking program sunk to the bottom while Jim Harbaugh built San Diego. Well, no, he took the San Diego job. Then he went to Stanford. Then he went to the 49ers. So everything this guy touches, man.
And them damn same khaki pants.
Give me Michigan. They're not playing a familiar foe they're not playing anybody. They're playing Ohio State, so they're going to win that game. And they're not playing Alabama like they think they played them last year for the championship, which was a familiar foe. I like Michigan here. So
I know how you. I'm Georgia, man. Yeah, I got Michigan over TCU, and I got Georgia over Ohio State, but I got Ohio. I mean, I got Georgia winning it all. It's
I understand that.
It's something that I just like. I feel like they take them games off when they know they're supposed to beat them by 30 or whatever, and they kind of take them games half-heartedly. But when it's time to pull up and show up, man, they know how to do that too. And I think like the future's only getting started with them guys.
I mean, I'm not denying it, man. Who wouldn't take Georgia? Who wouldn't take Georgia? But I think Jim Harbaugh, man, it's time.
It is. I'm a fan of Jim Harbaugh myself, and I definitely remember when it was out of him and Coach Dodd for that UNT job.
I guess I didn't put it. I didn't donate enough money to make that happen, man.
I mean, man, come on now, man. How you just gonna go with a big time high school coach? Like what he done accomplished is big, but it has nothing on the level that Jim Harbaugh is on. Like, man, y'all outsmarted yourself.
So Kansas has tied this game up. See, it looks like it's going to overtime. They scored 18 in the fourth.
Great day to be a Jayhawk.
So it literally, the pendulum just swung. Arkansas scored 24 in the first, and to Kansas scoring 18 in the fourth. Got Oregon, North Carolina tied up, which again, that's no surprise. That 13 was disrespectful.
Yep, man. Man, I want my points for this challenge, man. That's all I want.
Who you got in it?
I got Arkansas winning.
Arkansas, let me see. I got mine on here.
But I also want to talk about the Mavericks.
Oh, I got Arkansas too. So yeah, I'm with you. We need Arkansas to win.
So Luka had like one hell of a game. Luka has continued to have great games. And I showed you a picture, and he's like scoring all these points, man. And yes, it is a up and down roller coaster with the West right now. But 7-game series, man, like I just feel like that's too much to have to rely on for him to do too much. Like that's that James Harden. I don't feel like Luka will do some James Harden just completely not show up, but I just feel like that burden he got to carry is too much, man. I'd rather see them be more of a unit than what I'm seeing.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't. In the playoffs, he's gonna have some of those because that's just kind of who he is, man. He can on a regular night, he's walking 30. That's not 30. 30 today is not 30 even 10 years ago. They're just not. The game is much more faster, and the way the Mavericks play, they have one of the lowest possessions in terms of shots per minute because they don't play an up and down tempo. It's very slowed down. So when you have a slow paced offense like the Mavericks have, more than likely you're going to have one guy taking the majority of the shots. It's not an up and down where a lot of people get a lot of shots. The other people who get shots, they're wide open looks a lot of the times because Luka creates them.
Well, I mean, he does a good job of drawing the defense to him. Because I was at the game and I left early.
No choice because he gonna score on 1v1.
Well, I mean, I had texted y'all. I was like, man, y'all see that dish? Like he getting in there, like it literally looks like he's going up for a layup and he's kicking that mug out like ain't nobody even close than like 10 feet. And so I feel like, and I talked to you earlier in the season about him finding that balance of being playmaker / playmaker for others, and that's where he got to find that delicate balance because, he gonna need them to, expect that ball, feel, be in rhythm too in them clutch moments. And what I feel about the Mavericks is I just don't feel like Wood brings that defensive element. I mean, bring offense all day. I don't feel like Luka gonna play defense. I don't feel like Wood gonna play defense. I don't feel like anyone is gonna be scared. And they might be in awe of their offense, but at the end, I don't feel like their defense is there.
No, I mean, I don't think that's to me. That's not necessarily Wood. I mean, Wood has like 17 blocks in the last 3 games, so he's getting active.
He's been playing good because they got the new lineup with him and Powell together. So I know that's what they're working on. But I'm just looking at.
I think they're kind of dangerous in that regard because they're deep, man. They're not winning these regular season games, but to me, they're not built for the regular season. They're built for the playoffs. They're not built to go out here and just run teams off the court. And again, regular season teams like the Pelicans, they get up and down. And when you go in city to city like that, it's hard for teams to match your pace a lot of the times. The Mavericks are built for closer kind of games just by the nature of how they want to operate, which is like playoff basketball.
Okay, so with saying that, what seed would you like them to be then? So, because right now I think they're in 6th. So them being a 6th seed, do you want them to be, 4 or how would that play with them, being on the road if you don't really think they're built for the regular season playoff team?
Ideally, top 3 to me.
Top 3?
Yeah. Yeah. They're 6 right now. When they started the game last night, they were 8th. So the 8th place team is 3 games behind the 1st place team. So it's not like anybody's running off with it. So they're right there, man. It's you just got you got the Pelicans. Who else is the Grizzlies? Who else is out there? I don't know who it is.
Pelicans, Grizzlies, Nuggets. I think Nuggets are number 1.
And the Nuggets. And again,
Phoenix
the Nuggets
are still relevant, and they've been dealing with some injuries, but they're gonna be consistent. And they just didn't show up, man. They didn't show up in the playoffs. That was their problem. The Mavs showed up in Phoenix, in Phoenix. But
yeah,
I just and we coach, junior high got ball together. I coached little high school, but I don't be liking what I see from Luka on that defensive end because he be putting so much on that offense. And how can you be bought in on defense to that level? He does too much. And I mean, of course, I'm gonna want them to win, but I don't know. I just feel like I need to see more of his back. Like I felt more confident with Brunson. I don't feel like they have that element of them where they know exactly where their the other scores are coming from. They still filling that out. I mean, they very well might get that by the time playoffs get here too.
I think J Kidd is actually, from what it looks like, I think he's actually doing a pretty good job with the squad, man. Bullock started struggling. He benched him. He started starting THJ. Dorian Finney-Smith is hurt right now. Kleber is hurt right now. Josh Green is hurt right now. So you got Powell playing more minutes. You got Bertrand's, playing more minutes than what he should. But what I'm saying is this team is deep. So to me, when you get to the playoffs, when it's time to make that key adjustment or somebody struggling for a quarter, man, I got people I can put in and trust. I mean, I got THJ. He can get hot. I can take him. I can start him. Take him off the bench. They just versatile to me. When I look at the other West teams, I don't know if I see that depth, and I definitely don't see them having the best player because that player is Luka. He's the best player in the league right now.
So you saying how deep they are, right? And so that reminds me of what's that 2011 when they won?
Mm-hmm.
They were deep then. You know what I'm saying? They had deep then. But when it came down to it, it was Nash. I mean, it was Dirk, it was Terry, and was Howard.
No.
Who was they? Who was they third? Kidd? But Kidd wasn't doing a lot of scoring. He doing more playmaking.
But yeah, you're right. It was Jet, and it was Dirk, and everybody else just had to kind of get in where they fit in. You had Sean Marion, but again, he wasn't out there for points.
Yeah, I'm just but we knew more of their identity, and we didn't know that to the playoffs. Like it's like you like them, and it's like when push came to shove, we like Carlisle, and it was like the time it came on, man.
That's
it's
the
like
point. You're making my point, Z.
But and that's why I brought it up. Like, if you feel like that's what is giving me that kind of vibe.
I wasn't ready to go that far because I don't really like the way this team shoots free throws. I've seen them lose games. I've seen them lose games on the free throw line, so that's a concern. I don't like the way this team defensive rebounds. but that's ironic because I actually like the way they can play D. They just can't get the freaking rebound. They end up having to play 2 or 3 possessions in one possession, and that's what hurts them.
And that's, and
but I think they can get better. I think they can get better because they're long. They're long. I like the squad. I don't want to say they're a championship team, but they have the best player who no one can stop, and they got capable people that can get in your shorts, play D. I can mix match. I can put Dory on you. I can put THJ on you. I can put Bullock on you.
Yeah.
So,
like you said, they free throws and
free throw is.
I'm always telling you, I don't like their defense. And that team that won, it had who? Tyson Chandler, and that's you got Powell, you got Kleber, and you got Wood. They not stopping nobody who can score in the paint. They just not.
Okay, but what team? Who got who they gonna play that's scoring in the paint?
But you got teams that can create easy shots. It's not more about defending one-on-one, but you got somebody who intimidates. That's what I'm saying.
Who?
Tyson Chandler was an intimidator.
But that was a different league.
True, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
You look in the West. I mean, but I'm just being serious. You look in the West. Who has an interior presence? Jokic is not an interior presence.
I mean, he can be. He can get down there and get a bucket if he feel like it. I mean, he scores all over. Jokic, and if AD want to stay healthy, he can.
But ain't no if that dude. No, he a walking injury.
Yeah, that sucks to be a Lakers fan. But what's that? Oh, and then Zion. He definitely gonna be in the paint. I mean, if you gonna be in the West, you try to go to the West, you probably gonna have to go through the Pelicans. You have to probably go through your Jokic. So
trust me, the Pelicans they not better than the Mavericks.
Well, the Pelicans, they know
97-game series.
The Pelicans, I like their pieces. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Oh, so Kansas has scored in overtime first, and Arkansas has the ball. Yeah, and it's still tied up as Oregon, North Carolina.
Okay, nice little now screen. It's going to be first and goal from the 6. But it's going to be a good season. Again, the Pelicans, I just don't like their style of ball. They want to get up and down. They not sitting down and playing no defense on nobody. So
I hadn't watched them much.
They want to get out and run. That's all they want to do.
Okay.
And I like the people that can. We got 2 or 3 people you throw at McCollum. You got some other folks you can get on my skinny guy.
Oh, Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram.
He been hurt, and they've been doing that without.
Everybody worry about Zion.
Come on now, don't be talking about my boy like that, man.
Ooh. Zion, he just ain't that guy. He ain't that guy yet. He ain't ready for the team to run through him and for him to do things. He's just a part of what they got going.
It's like North Carolina trying to take the lead.
They got that mug. Oh, hit it. Oh, Arkansas tied it up.
Yeah, I gotta look at my. But yeah, man. And viewers, this is just a taste of the debate, how we're gonna transition from the NCAA football and bowl games into our sports talk and chat.
Thank you, Miss Granville.
Man, ain't Tracy, you just be talking, man. Don't talk to man. You probably owe me some money on some bets right now, and you quit acting. But yeah, man, I feel like everybody might not want to be in on putting money on games or have an opinion about a gamble, but you definitely have an opinion about these playoffs and how you feel about certain players and certain topics. So Indeed. That's gonna be our next transition. Just stay tuned. We just want to make it bigger and better and more interactive. Besides my auntie today.
Hey,
we love you.
Thanks for the love, Auntie No Sports. I totally agree with that.
Enough said. All right, and till next weekend or till next Wednesday, people. We appreciate you showing us some love and your comments and your likes, and we'll be here until we won't. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.